Now on Fox News at 10.
He has been credited with helping build trust between the community and police, while Louisville's top cop could be leaving the force.
Why it could cost millions of tax dollars to keep a Louisville neighborhood from becoming a whole lot louder.
You've seen it on the Fox show House. A look at what police are calling Louisville's growing prescription drug problem and how they're fighting it.
An umbrella, sunglasses, and a coat. Those are three things you'll need. Not necessarily in that order. That's in your forecast just ahead.
Now, Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Don Schroeder.
And I'm Elizabeth Woolsey. Louisville could soon find itself searching for a new police chief.
Chief Robert White is on the short list to become Chicago's superintendent of police. A search team has approached White about the position. He is not the only person in the running, and it's not clear exactly how many candidates are being considered for the job. A Louisville community activist says it would be hard to replace Chief White.
I think they lose a person that was relational, that had the will to at least attempt to build relationships. He had the will at some level to be frank with people in community, also with people internally inside the police department.
The Chicago Sun-Times has reported 6 candidates were in the running for the Chicago police superintendent job, but the search could widen and add 10 to 15 more. Chief White has been at the helm of the Louisville Police Department since the city and county merged in 2003.
Today, President Bush paid his second visit to New Albany this year, and he was on the attack.
Fox 41's Bill Francis reports the president says lawmakers want to raise taxes, and he doesn't.
Thank you all. It was a welcoming audience made up of members of the Southern Indiana Chamber of Commerce, holding the line on taxes, the backdrop and the theme of the president's speech from the stage of New Albany's Grand Events Center.
Since I took office, we've cut taxes for every American who pays income taxes. We've worked to restrain spending while ensuring that we have the resources necessary to protect the homeland.
The president said while members of Congress are good people, they have a different point of view.
The majority was elected on the pledge of fiscal responsibility, but so far it's acting like a teenager with a new credit card.
The president received a standing ovation when he said Congress needs to pass legislation to fund the troops overseas.
When it comes to taxes and spending, they don't have a very good record, but here's a good way to start. It's to make sure that Congress passes the war supplemental funds we need to give our troops the very best equipment possible in the theaters of Afghanistan and Iraq.
The president acknowledged that the economy faces some challenges, including health care costs and rising energy prices, but that there is a positive side to the economy.
In October, America created 166,000 new jobs. We now have had 50 straight months of job growth, the longest period of uninterrupted job growth on record.
Bill Francis, Fox 41 News.
There was good theater outside the Grand, too, where people gathered to cheer and jeer the president. Supporters and opponents of the president shared the sidewalk, but they exchanged some very different views about where the country is headed. The two sides exchanged a few mostly good-natured barbs, but respected each other's right to disagree.
The war is out of control. Government spending is out of control. And I'm here beating my drum.
He's not a chicken. He's not somebody with guts. He's not afraid of the terrorists.
Treats Cafe in downtown New Albany also offered a unique way for customers to express their feelings about the president's visit. The owner displayed customer comments about the president on signs in her front window.
President Bush gave a Louisville man a special honor and a little one-on-one time today. He presented Paul Carmody with the President's Volunteer Service Award. Carmody is a volunteer with the St. Vincent de Paul. He sorts donations of clothing for 6 shelters. Carmody also works with a program that helps abused and neglected children. He says it was an honor to meet the president and receive the award.
A political newcomer has announced his plan to seek the Senate seat held by Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
51-year-old Michael Casero is the first Democrat to declare his candidacy for next year's race. The Louisville doctor is making his first run for political office and announced his plans today. Casero says right now his campaign headquarters is a spare bedroom in his father's house.
There's a chance a Louisville neighborhood could become a lot louder.
The Clifton neighborhood could hear train whistles again if the city doesn't make changes to rail crossings. Fox 41's Bennett Haverly joins us with what he's uncovered tonight. Bennett?
Well, Louisville was the first city in the country to have a quiet zone where trains don't blow their whistles. Now, if the city wants to keep the quiet, it could cost millions.
They average about 40 trains in 24 hours.
Bud Webster is surrounded by trains, not only in his store, but outside.
Occasionally you'll hear somebody ring a bell, just, to warn people that they're here.
Where his store lies just feet from the tracks near Frankfort and Clifton Avenues. A major intersection that doesn't meet new federal standards.
Around here, there's a lot of people don't take caution at the railroad track.
With new standards and people trying to beat the train that can cause accidents like this one at Blackburn, city leaders say there is a chance Clifton could lose its quiet status.
But when people do that, they're putting not only themselves at risk, but they're really putting our entire community at risk. One of the things that's looked at now is what kind of gates there are, what kinds of emergency warnings, and the accident rates too at certain crossings.
Part of the concern lies at the intersection near Frank, where the crossing has no lights or warnings. The Federal Railroad Administration says this area has two options. One, either close this road to traffic, or two, lose the quiet in exchange for a horn.
To have trains blowing 30 plus times a day and night, would really be a major impact on our peace and quiet, on our sense of neighborhood.
The city is working to present a plan to the feds to fix the crossings, but it could cost millions and mean some streets are closed.
We either have to change the physical environment, create barriers that stop anyone that would cause you to not be able to go through the gates no matter what happened in order to keep our quiet zone.
Right now, the suggestion to citizens is to have patience with the trains. Now, city leaders are hoping that federal funding can be used to pay for some of those changes. Of course, it's going to be costly. That intersection there at Frankfort and Clifton is going to cost more than $1 million to fix. In the newsroom, I'm Bennett Haberly, Fox 41 News.
Thank you, Bennett. The University of Louisville practice field has gotten an extreme makeover.
It's part of the TV show Extreme Makeover Home Edition being shot in Louisville. Fox 41's Julie Tam is back from U of L to show us what the Extreme team unveiled tonight. Julie?
Well, it was quite a big event. The marching band's field was plain before, had old lights, a small storage space for equipment, and just not a whole lot to work with. But one band member has gotten the Extreme team, led by Ty Pennington, to come in and change it all. The entire U of L marching band ran onto their new field for the first time, minus one band member. They ran through their new entrance, complete with an archway and landscaping. More than 300 people dressed in cardinal red waited hours for the last member of the band to arrive, as the TV show's cameras captured every moment. 3, 2, 1, action! Host Ty Pennington was right in the thick of things, like he always is on Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Just before 8 p.m., a black limousine rolled up, carrying the last band member, Patrick Henry Hughes. He's a blind trumpet player who cannot walk, so his father pushes him in a wheelchair.
I think Patrick has been a motivation for all of us.
Volunteer contractors have worked 12 to 14-hour days since Thursday to install new lights that make this newly striped field brighter than ever.
It'll literally give them almost an authentic feeling as if they were on the football field.
Workers marked new handicapped parking spots, built new storage sheds, a pavilion to shield musicians from the rain, and 3 new water fountains.
And actually, they moved the old fountain out. There was one single old fountain for 200 plus band members to have to drink from.
Though he cannot see, Patrick Henry Hughes can certainly hear the music and know he's the reason his fellow players have a new field. Well, we wish we could have gotten even closer to the field and everyone in the show, but the production crew kept the media far away. Well, tomorrow, the Extreme team will unveil the Hughes family's new house in southeast Louisville. Julie Tam, Fox 41 News.
Thank you, Julie. It's a problem that can happen to just about anyone, and Louisville police say it's only getting worse.
How prescription drug addiction is leading everyday people to commit even bigger crimes and what police are doing about it.
Also tonight, an anniversary and expansion plans for a well-known restaurant deli in downtown Louisville.
And Rupert Murdoch's bold new plan to make the Wall Street Journal's website more user-friendly. That's next in tonight's Business Report.
Hey, for one more day, the air temperature stays mighty mild, then the big cool down kicks in. Those are some important details to cover. We'll help you plan your week with your forecast in mind just ahead on Fox News at 10.
Fox 41 News, sponsored by Sam Swope BMW.
Why did I buy a Sam Swope BMW? Don't you know? With BMW's Ultimate Service Plan, I pay nothing for 4 years or 50,000 miles. Brake pads and rotors, oil changes and engine belts, no cost. Roadside assistance, I pay $0. Every single scheduled inspection, no charge. This is our second X5. We had a serious accident in the first one, and we all walked away. Why did I buy a Sam Swope BMW? Don't you know? I couldn't afford not to.
Half-price drinks taste even better than regular price drinks.
I know.
You know?
I gotta say, I enjoy the concept of happy hour, but I feel like it's not accurate because it's from 2 to 4. It should be happy hours.
That just doesn't, that has no, like, pop to it, though.
A couple hours of drink fun.
Unsad, wet afternoon chunk.
Maybe happy hours.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's better.
Happy hour at Sonic. Over 168,000 fountain drink and slush combinations, like our Cherry Limeade. Half price from 2 to 4 p.m. every day, because Sonic is your ultimate drink stop.
I'm Bonnie Smith, and I'm alive today because of Norton Heart Care.
I did not understand that heart attacks for women were any different than for men.
The treatment I received was excellent. I felt like I was the only patient there.
How I feel about Bonnie would be hard for me to explain to anyone.
I don't think I would have made it without my grandson Alex would tell everyone that I had a broken heart, but they were fixing it. I'm Bonnie Smith, and on Valentine's Day, Norton Heart Care fixed my heart.
Norton Heart Care. Expect more from a leader.
This is my Indy. What's yours, baby? Ha ha!
Discover Indy nightlife and more at Indy.org.
Fox in the Morning's giving away a new Solstice from Sam Swope Buick Pontiac GMC. Fox 41 News Business Report, sponsored by Republic Bank.
Hello, I'm Steve Traeger, CEO of locally owned Republic Bank. There's been a lot of news lately about lenders getting out of the mortgage business. Republic Bank pledges our unwavering commitment to serving the mortgage needs of our community. Whether it's fixing an adjustable rate mortgage or financing the home of your dreams, we are here for you. We were here for you yesterday, we're here for you today, and we'll still be here for you tomorrow. So call us today.
Republic Bank, member FDIC, 584-3600, helping you do more.
They are meant to help people recover from pain, but Louisville police say they are seeing a growing problem with prescription drugs.
Fox 41's Jennifer Bayless uncovered these lawbreakers are not the kind of people who come to mind when you think of drug abusers. It's a story you'll see only on Fox.
I kind of knew something was wrong, but I told myself, well, this is the doctors giving it to me, and it's fine. And it wasn't.
He was cruising through life with a good job, a wife and children, living the American dream in Louisville, Kentucky, until
It was due to the car wreck that broke my neck and back.
he survived that crash, but nearly lost his life to a problem that was a direct result of the crash, drug addiction in the form of prescription narcotics.
Vicodin, Lortab, Percodan, anything they would give you. If I had them, they were going to be taken.
Bob, who wants to remain anonymous, says he instantly became addicted to the pain pills prescribed to him for his injuries from the accident.
I was 41 years old before I even got my addiction.
That addiction cost Bob his job and his freedom. He ended up in jail.
It was my job for the day to go out and con a doctor into giving me medication.
His story is all too familiar to Metro Narcotics Sergeant Stanley Salyards.
It doesn't matter socioeconomical status, or it runs the gamut from low income to high income.
From blue-collar workers like Bob to a son of a doctor and even a local dentist, Sergeant Salyard says drug problems can happen to anyone, and it's fueling a growing problem in Metro Louisville, forged prescriptions.
We receive phone calls daily on forged prescriptions.
That's why the Metro Louisville Police Department has dedicated a unit of 3 full-time detectives who work solely on trying to stop people like these 3 dental assistants who were arrested for forging prescriptions for hydrocodone.
They'll try to alter a prescription to make it more tablets or more often that they take the tablets so they can get more.
As a pharmacist, Teresa Natterman is all too familiar with the problems with prescription pills and the growing number of drug abusers.
You're going to see more people try to get away with forged prescriptions or calling in prescriptions on their own, figuring how to get the narcotic because the drug abuse is so much worse than it was 10, 15 years ago.
But safety filters like these numbered pill blocks have been put in place to make it harder for drug abusers to get their hands on illegal prescriptions. Natterman says she sees more people altering prescriptions written by doctors than people actually stealing prescription pads and writing their own.
There's always ways to make a 3 look like a 5. The doctors are getting more careful about how they store their prescription pads and being more careful about that.
But being careful with addictive prescriptions isn't only the responsibility of doctors. Former addicts say everyone needs to heed the warning.
Happens to anybody. The people I see pretty much have the same story with prescription narcotics, that they got started through an injury and things like that, and it's so addicting.
It is a felony to forge a prescription because these papers are considered legal documents, and altering them in any way is a crime that could mean 5 to 10 years in prison. Jennifer Bayless, Fox 41 News.
Now, Fox 41 Business Report with Don Schroeder.
It started today with the opening bell, then the oil prices dropped more than $3 a barrel, and investors just got more excited as the day wore on. When the trading ended, stocks had finished sharply higher as Wall Street was reassured about the credit crunch, the economy, and of course those pesky oil prices. As today's closing bell, the Dow was 319 points higher. NASDAQ had climbed 89, and investors suddenly felt a little better about themselves and their money. What costs money today, you could soon be reading for free. The Wall Street Journal Online may soon stop charging users. The parent company of Fox News, the News Corporation, is in the midst of acquiring Dow Jones & Company, which owns the Wall Street Journal. Rupert Murdoch, the head of the News Corporation, expects to get rid of fees for the online edition of the Wall Street Journal in hopes it will boost subscribers. Currently, this website has 1 million subscribers, bringing in about $50 million annually. If you have served jury duty in Louisville or you work in the Hall of Justice, then you probably know the Manhattan Grill. The 7th Street downtown restaurant deli is celebrating its 10th anniversary this month, and its owners have thoughts of expanding.
Okay. Is that going to be pickup or delivery?
Owners Cheryl and Mitch Laurie had a target customer base across the street in the Louisville justice system and the police department. But in the 10 years of serving breakfast and lunch, that target group has grown.
We're really counting on the Hall of Justice and Judicial Center that we were trying to cater to them, but later on, since we started delivering to a downtown area, we picked up a lot of other places that we deliver.
With marketing no fancier than handing out and faxing menus and word of mouth, Mitch says Manhattan Grill is ready to expand to another downtown location, a spot in the vicinity of Muhammad Ali and 4th Street.
I'm trying to promote a little bit of a dining room area because we have a small dining room and we're not able to accommodate a lot of people. Right now we cater a lot to people in offices and we deliver to them. So I'm trying to have a nice sized dining room.
And you can look for the second Manhattan Grill to open in 3 or 4 months. That's a look at tonight's business.
I don't think we agree on this, but I'm all for cooler without the gloomy.
Yeah, the drear is here, and the drear is built to stay.